Good day everyone. Mark Villa, your reporter for today. Our topic is all about main government agencies for transportation. Now, the learning outcomes. At the end of the discussion, you are expected the following. First, identify the government agencies for transportation. Second, learn the origin or history of each transportation services. And third, distinguish the different agencies for each transportation sector. First is the introduction. So, there are several mandating agencies in transportation sector. These agencies are in charge in the implementation of the laws in the travel industry to provide safety and security to every traveler. The operation of this transportation sector must be in accordance to the stipulated requirements and operating procedures of the head agency. Next is the main topic. First is the Department of Transportation or DOTR. So, Department of Transportation or DOTR is the executive department of the Philippines government that is responsible for the maintenance and expansion of viable, efficient, and dependable transportation systems as effective instruments for national recovery and economic progress. It is responsible for the country's land, air, and sea communication infrastructure. Next is RAIL, or the Philippine National Railway or PNR, or in Filipino we call Pambansang Daang Bakal ng Pilipinas. It's a state-owned railway company in the Philippines which operates the commuter rail services between Metro Manila and Laguna, and local services between Sipokot, Naga City, and Legazpi City in the Bicol region. It is attached agencies of the Department of Transportation. The PNR shall provide safe, reliable, and affordable railway services as a socio-economic development tool within the framework of the national infrastructure system. Next is the air travel. So in the air travel, we have Civil Aviation Authority of the Philippines or CAAP. So the Civil Aviation Authority of the Philippines or CAAP is the National Aviation Authority of the Philippines, and is responsible for implementing policies on civil aviation to assure safe, economic, and efficient air travel. The agency also investigates aviation accidents via its Aircraft Accident Investigation and Inquiry Board. Formerly, the Air Transportation Office, it is an independent regulatory body attached to the Department of Transportation for the purpose of policy coordination. Next is the Sea Travel, or in Sea Travel we have Maritime Industry Authority, or in short, MARINA. The Maritime Industry Authority, known by acronym MARINA, is an agency of the Philippine government under the Department of Transportation, responsible for integrating the development, promotion, and regulation of the maritime industry in the Philippines. MARINA has jurisdiction over the development, promotion, and regulation of all enterprises engaged in the business of designing, constructing, manufacturing, acquiring, operating, supplying, repairing, and or maintaining vessels or components parts thereof, of managing or operating shipping lines, shipyards, dry docks, marine railways, marine repair ships, shipping and freight forward agencies, and similar enterprises. Next is the land travel, or in land travel we have Land Transportation, Franchising and Regulatory Board, or in short, LTFRB. Or in Filipino we call Lupon sa Pagpaprangkisa at Regulasyon ng Transportasyong Lupa. It's an agency of the Republic of the Philippines under the Department of Transportation. The LTFRB was established on June 19, 1987 during the former President Corazon Aquino's administration. The LTFRB was responsible for promulgating, administering, enforcing, and monitoring compliance of policies, laws, and regulations of public land transportation services. The agency is in charge of granting franchises or accreditations and regulating public vehicles such as public utility buses or PUBs, minibuses, public utility jeepneys or PUGs, utility vehicle or UV, express services, school services, taxis, and tourist transport services. Now, this is the summary. So therefore, prior to the operations of these transportation services or sectors, they need to follow standard operation requirements of its mandating agencies. Hence, they will not legally authorized to run the operations.
Good day everyone. Today I'll report the main government agency for transportation. The Department of Transportation and Communication, or DOTC, is the primary government agency responsible for the development and regulation of transportation communication system. Transportation Reporting System. The Department of Transportation of the Land Transportation Office, or Filipino Tanggapan ng Transportasyong Lupa, or LTO, is an agency of the Philippines government under the Department of Transportation responsible for all land of transportation in the Philippines. They have tourism department. First is Tourism Promotion Board, Intramuros Administration, National Park Development Committee, Tourism Infrastructure and Enterprise Zone Authority, formerly Philippines Tourism Authority, and Duty Free Philippines Corporation. And who are the major of the transportation agency? First, the Office for Transportation Security. Next, Civil Aviation Authority of the Philippines, Manila International Airport Authority, Clark International Airport Corporation, Civil Aeronautics Board, and Mactan.
I'm Janina Ismaro, so my topic is changing trends in land-based transportation. Current trends in the transportation industry. Transportation has a massive impact on our daily lives, from commuting to work to completing daily errands to transporting goods to customers. While the fundamentals of transportation industry have remained relatively untouched for generations, the increased volume of vehicles on the road along the technological advancement have moved the goalpost. So the first change is big data reliance. Big data, including the ability to analyze and systematically extract information, is a big part of transportation industry. The automated data gained through this process pinpoint clear trends relating to key aspects of their operations. The next is location intelligence. Location intelligence is a technology that is growing in popularity across a host of industries. However, the transportation industries are perhaps the greatest beneficiaries from logistical perspective. The use of anonymous mobile location data collects ping from mobile device and can be used from one-to-one interactions, creating a better user experience for road users while also spotting trends, whether working as a transportation planner for road planning or working directly within the transportation service industry. Location intelligence can be also flexible study periods to identify changes between weekends and weekdays. Changes is greener technologies. On a related note, though transport industry managers and workers are tasked with embracing eco-friendly technologies and strategies, manufacturers and others within the industries of producing transportation products have made huge leaps in past few years. This can mean use electric or hybrid vehicles, reducing unnecessary weight or planning journeys with a greater control insight. Internet of Things has changed many industries. In the transport sector is involved too. In 2020, the smart technologies allow truck and other vehicles to interact with surroundings for efficient and safer driving. This can handle identifying road hazards and mapping out journey with real-time accuracy, which ultimately serves to reduce traffic accident by forecast figure of 80%. Distribution with trains, trucks, ships, and planes is set to improve thanks to the Internet of Things. While some pioneering companies have already incorporated the technologies, the increased presence will become a hot trend in 2020-2021. This raised the bar of productivity, safety, and efficiency, while geofencing analytical tools will allow drivers up to the game in the process. This can relate to anything from costing to logistics, supplier choice to manufacturing processes. Transport planners utilizing big data in more prominent fashion will be positioned to make better decisions for themselves, the business, and the end user, regardless of which sector of the industry they are situated. Increased digitalization. We live in an increasingly digital world, and the transportation industry is naturally impacted by it a big way. Transportation companies can redesign the services products, starting with improvements to vehicle designs for road, rail, and sea. So that's all about my topic.
Changing trends in land based transportation services. So, we all know that transportation has a massive impact on our daily lives. From commuting to work, on completing daily errands, on transporting goods and services to the customers. Well, in fact, we complete millions of journeys every single day. And just like everything else in this world, changes is constant. So, changing trends in land based transportation services is not a shocking truth, really, because everything needs developments and innovations to be able to go with the flow to the new environment and trends. Transportation companies, especially for the land based transpo, keeps redesigning services and products to start improving the vehicle design, especially for the land-based transpo.